Good morning and welcome to the Spotlight on Education presented by Neosho County Community College. My name is Huntyr Schwegman and I am the Director of Communications and Marketing here at NCCC. With the start of the fall semester right around the corner, we wanted to highlight the amazing people that make becoming a Panther a breeze, the admissions department. Today I have Director of Admissions, Amy Morris, here to chat about that process. Good morning, Amy.
Good morning.
Amy, why don't you just tell me a little bit about what you do here at Neosho?
So I am Amy Morris, as Huntyr mentioned. I am the Director of Admissions here at NCCC. I just wrapped up my 6th year in that position. For the 5 years before that, I worked as registration specialist for about 15 months, and then I took over as registrar for 3.5 years. So my jobs that I've had at Neosho are very student-centered and getting them on that transition between either high school or a transfer student into our college atmosphere. We go out and spend a lot of time recruiting, talking to all those prospective students, whether they're coming for general educations, one of our specific programs, or the tech field.
So you kind of know what it takes to get a student from point A to point B around here.
Yes, definitely. We get them here and then we turn them loose to all of the other instructors and staff members here on campus.
All right, so you've been here at Neosho for a while now. Just tell us a little bit about what is special about Neosho and why kids might want to come here, or even adults, why they might want to come here over another institution.
So one of the things NCCC does a great job of is meeting students where they are, whether that is offering classes in person, online, or through our hybrid options, which combine the two. You do some online coursework with some either in-person meetings or some meetings virtually through Zoom. We have 2 physical locations. The main campus is here in Chanute, hence the Neosho County name. We are in Neosho County. It is the only campus we have that offers sports and residence halls. Then we have our satellite campus in Ottawa, and we also offer enough online classes that we have established an online campus. You never set foot on it, but it has its own dean, its own set of instructors and rules, so you technically can attend a campus without ever going to campus. We have classes 52 weeks a year, and we serve right around 4,000 total students each year through courses at our main campus in Chanute and the Ottawa campus, online campus, and then all of our outreach site locations, which include the Mitchell Career and Technology Center here in Chanute, the Eastern Kansas Rural Technical Education Center in Garnett, the Rural Regional Technology Center in La Harpe, and our many service area high schools. At any given time, there are approximately 20 different countries represented on our campuses, so students definitely have an opportunity to learn a little bit about different cultures while they're here. NCCC offers small class sizes, with most classes having a maximum enrollment of 22 students, and the instructors do their best to know the students on a personal level. I tell students, nice thing about a little class, the teacher's going to know exactly who you are and what you can do. They are going to make that one-on-one connection with you. They're more than likely going to know you by first name and see you around campus. Bad thing about a little class, teacher's going to know exactly who you are and what you can do. There's only 15 to 20 kids in a classroom. There's no big kid you can hide behind. They're going to realize if that seat that's been filled for 3 weeks is all of a sudden empty, and you will have to participate. So
some extra accountability in these smaller classes. Yes,
it's one of those nice things. There's definitely a family feel to the campus.
Yeah. So when coming to Neosho, what do potential students need to look out for? What are some of the application requirements, GPA requirements, deadlines for applying, and things like that?
Admissions gets that question all the time. What qualifications do I need to meet to be accepted as a student in NCCC? And the best thing about a community college is getting to answer that question with, fill out the online application, and congratulations, welcome to the show. At the community college level, we really don't have any set test scores to be accepted to the college. Now, that being said, we do look at test scores and or high school GPA for placement in math and English courses, because we want to make sure students are in the appropriate level of those. But those are the only areas that we take those into consideration. Most community colleges in the state are the same. With the way we offer classes all year long, our admissions application is open all year long. You just have to have that application submitted so that it can be processed prior to the date of the start of the class or classes that you want to take. That being said, we do have financial aid, who has the scholarship application. Those institutional scholarships, they have a priority deadline of May 1st, but again, that application doesn't have a hard end date. The housing application as well is a first come, first serve application, which doesn't have a hard end date, but they do have to be completed prior to being assigned a room. So you have to have that online application completed and submitted. Immunization records have to be on file, and that non-refundable $125 application fee has to be taken care of.
When would you recommend people apply for the fall semester?
The spring before.
Yeah.
Honestly, if they could get that done in March before they know that classes start in the fall, that it would be the best time, mostly because our fall and summer enrollment opens right after spring break, like the week after or the fall, 2 weeks after possibly. But the sooner you get in, the better chance you have of getting into those classes that you want, because about June, July, those really start filling up, especially for the fall. So we want to make sure you get into the classes you need. So always the earlier the better, but you can enroll in classes through the first week of the fall semester. So, if you waited to that very last minute and decided a week before school started, I think I'm going to go, get that application in. We'll do our best to get it processed as soon as possible so you can get started in those classes.
So for those listening right now, it's not too late.
It is not too late.
Yeah.
They've got plenty. They've still got almost a month and a half to get all of that stuff done. Even with July starting next week, you've got that whole month of July and the first couple of weeks of August to get it taken care of.
So what are some of the programs at Neosho, and what makes some of those programs like really high level and welcoming to those students who are incoming?
So we have a lot of different programs at Neosho. Not only do we offer our general education classes where students can come and work on those concentration areas for the Associate of Arts or Associate of Science degrees if they're planning on transferring on to a 4-year, which would include classes like for business or math, English, education, those types of things. We also offer a lot of technical programs where students can get a certification level and go on out into the workforce. They could parlay that into an associate's degree and do a little bit higher. Things like welding, construction, surgical technology, nursing, occupational therapy assistant. Those are fairly specific to us. And what students can go right out into the workforce with that, anywhere from a 2-semester certificate, being in the workforce, making some pretty decent money, to going on to that associate's degree without having to go on for a 4-year.
Now, what if I'm kind of sitting on the fence of not really deciding whether or not I want to go to college yet? I really want to go to school, but I'm not sure if I should go to a 2-year institution like Neosho or if I should go to a 4-year. What would you recommend to me?
I've been in education since 1998, having taught at the K-12 realm for 15 years prior to starting at NCCC in 2013. So I am a firm believer in furthering your knowledge in any way possible. I think people hear the word college and instantly think of bachelor degrees or master's degrees, but not every job out there requires those level of education. While my staff and I are out recruiting, we tell prospective students that any type of post-high school training is imperative to a strong workforce. There are those fields that have to have a 4-year degree, but there are so many jobs out there that only require a short-term certification program or a 2-year associate's degree, and luckily NCCC offers both. And if you're not 1,000% sure of what you think you want to do, come to a community college. We're much more affordable. You can try on multiple different hats. My daughter loves it. I use her as an example. She went to community college, thought she was dead set in what she wanted to do, actually changed her major 4 times the first semester. Nice thing about a community college, all 4 of those required the exact same core education courses, so she didn't lose any time. So instead of having graduated with a bachelor's in 3 years, she would probably still be working on that today.
So it's just a little bit easier way to kind of figure out what you want to do without the big cost of a mistake of changing your major and things like that.
Exactly. And you may be very passionate about something, but you kind of have that one little class or one little hobby in the back of your mind that you really liked. Take an intro class while you're here. That hobby may become your new passion versus what you really thought you wanted to do your whole time growing up.
Yep, and if you're not ready to move far away from your parents and your family either, I think that's another great option to stay home, stay close, and get some education going while you're not ready to be on your own yet.
Definitely. It's a great way to kind of bridge that gap between high school and becoming a full-fledged adult.
One of the main talking points that always comes up when discussing furthering your education after high school is usually the cost. So what kind of scholarships and help in that area does NCCC offer?
At NCCC, we offer several different institutional scholarships that come just directly from us. And a majority of our scholarships are flat rate scholarships versus scholarships that are offered on a sliding scale of how many credit hours a student is enrolled in for the semester. If we say you'll receive $1,000, that's a full $1,000 to apply towards your billing for tuition fees and books. The only thing it doesn't cover are residence hall fees. The Board of Trustees Scholarship is offered to Neosho County residents who have a career GPA of 4.0 at either the high school or the college level, and it awards students $2,100 per semester for a total of $4,200 for the academic year. The President's Scholarship is offered to Neosho County residents who have a career GPA of 3.0 to 3.9, either high school or college, but we also can accept a GED test score of 580 to 800 for this scholarship. This awards $1,600 per semester for a total of $3,200 for the academic year. Other scholarships offered to Neosho County residents are the Business Program Scholarship and the Industrial Engineering Technology Scholarship, which both offer $1,000 per semester to students. Our scholarships aren't only limited to those that have already completed their high school degree, though. High school students who are Neosho County residents and are taking classes at NCCC also can be awarded scholarship dollars for up to 6 hours of tuition per semester. NCCC doesn't just offer institutional scholarships to local residents, though. We also have scholarships available for all Kansas residents, with the two most common being our Service Scholarship and our Activity Scholarship. Students must apply for these scholarships through the Financial Aid Department, and that application can be found on our website by going to Prospective Students, Financial Aid, and then Scholarships. The Service Scholarship awards recipients $1,600 per semester and requires students to complete 60 hours of service each semester in the department sponsoring the scholarship. For example, the majority of our student ambassadors that work in the admissions department are on service scholarships, and they spend approximately 5 hours each week working in our office helping with different tasks for those scholarship dollars. The Activity Scholarship awards recipients $1,600 each semester, and the workload differs according to each specific activity's rules. These scholarships can be awarded in areas such as athletic training, athletic team managers, the art, music, and theater departments, and each area has a little bit different requirement for what they need. We also offer foundation scholarships, NJCAA athletic scholarships, nursing foundation scholarships, and the Panther Elite scholarships. Even though NCCC is much more affordable than starting directly at a four-year institution, there is still a significant cost. But with a little effort, like taking 10 minutes to complete a scholarship application, you can chip away at those dollar signs very quickly and make it even more affordable than you imagined.
And so these scholarships are offered on top of other scholarship opportunities or like the Pell Grant as well, right?
We apply our institutional scholarships first towards students' billing. Then if they are receiving any kind of federal aid, such as Pell Grants or student loans, or even other outside scholarships from like a local high school or a local organization, those are then applied to their billing next. So every little bit helps. Don't think that you cannot find a scholarship out there. And if you're looking for extra scholarships, go to scholarships.com. There are plenty of scholarships out there that are just ridiculously easy to find. Such as one that my daughter found. If you were a left-handed student and you could fill out 500 words as to why you've been discriminated against because the world is geared towards right-handed people, you could earn $350 on a scholarship. I saw one time where if you could say why asparagus was the best food on the planet in 350 to 500 words, boom, you got $150. So there are scholarship opportunities out there. Do not leave any money left on the table at all possible.
And then what if I need some help figuring some of this stuff out if I'm not really well versed in filling out these applications or finding the scholarships that I need?
You can always contact admissions through our website, on the phone, or through email at admissions@neosho.edu, or you can contact our financial aid department at finaid@neosho.edu, which is FINAID@neosho.edu.
So we've now talked about stuff in class, we've talked about some of the financial aid aspects of coming to Neosho, but what's it like actually on campus? What is it like off campus? What is it like, living life outside of the classroom when you're a Panther?
So for students, we try to have as many things as possible available to them. We know that people who are involved in clubs or organizations outside the classroom, especially at the college level, are a little more successful than those that just go to class and go straight home, because you can actually make your own little support group and find people who have the same interests as you. Some of those things that we offer are different clubs, organizations, and programs. A few of our most popular are the #Adulting Club. About 8 years ago, we realized there was a generation of students where mom and dad, we all worked, so we did it all, and then we sent them to college, and there were some basic things that we forgot along the way because it was just easier for us to do it. So #Adulting covers those types of things, whether it is learning how to add oil to your car, change a tire, make sure you have the equipment in your car to change a tire if you needed to how to read a recipe. One night out at Walmart, it looked like guys' grocery games going on out there, and I happened to recognize one of the students. I'm like, what are you guys doing? And they said, oh, well, it's adulting, and we broke into team appetizer, entree, and dessert, and we had to pick a recipe, and now we're here buying all the ingredients, not just to cook it, but we have to cook for the whole club. And they've gone over things such as community service, or how to fill out a resume, what business casual really means in the actual business world, not in the high school world from where most of them have come from. We also have Fellowship of Christian Athletes. It is one of our more popular programs that we have on campus. We have the Kansas Collegiate Quiz Bowl. If you have a lot of knowledge about random things and you want to use it, we got a club for that. If you are a closet board game lover and nobody in your house will play with you, we have the board game nights where you can get together once a month and play board games with different people on campus that enjoy those types of things. So we have a lot of different programs that you can get involved in. It's very low stakes. If you like music, art, or theater, but you're not going to the Grammys, the Oscars, or winning a Nobel Prize anytime soon, join one of our clubs, and you can definitely enjoy some of those types of things.
Yep, sounds like there's a little something for everybody on campus.
Definitely.
All right, well, Amy, thank you so much for your time. Just go ahead and remind everybody who you are, kind of what you do at Neosho, and why you love it here.
Sure. One last time, I am Amy Morris, the Director of Admissions at NCCC. This is my 11th year with the college, my 6th year in admissions. Being a former teacher, this has been my favorite job so far. I love kids. I love going out and working with them and telling them why they should get an education. Even if it, like I mentioned earlier, if it's just that one, a month-long or a 2-month-long certification course, it's all important. You can email us at admissions@neosho.edu or call the campus 620-431-2820. Ask for admissions, and our switchboard operator will connect you with one of our staff.
All right, well, thank you, Amy. If you guys see Amy out on the road during one of her many visits to the area high schools, don't be surprised. Stop by and say hi. She'd love to chat with you about becoming a Panther. That has been this week's Spotlight on Education presented by Neosho County Community College. My name is Huntyr Schwegman, and don't forget to tune in next week as we highlight another amazing aspect of NCCC. Go Show!